Well, welcome. I wanted to walk through the ABCs of sales with you, really looking at what client psychology is. Now, a lot of times when I work with clients, we're always trying to obviously make the sale, get it done. And many of us know the ABCs of sales through the great Alec Baldwin film, Glengarry Glen Ross, where he taught us that, the ABCs of sales was always be closing. And this is kind of a throwback to the used car lot days, and back in the '80s and '90s when the high pressure sales was, a strategy that many salespeople used. And it's a strategy I believe too. Like whenever I'm talking to someone, I'm always trying to close them. I'm always trying to understand how we can help them. I'm always trying to, find that way in that we can either bring our programs or services or there to help them. But one thing I've come to kind of realize or believe over the years as I've worked in sales is that there's a different ABCs of sales, and that's kind of guiding your clients to your choice. A lot of times, the way we position things and the way we email them or write proposals or offer pricing can really kind of guide them to our choice. And one of my most favorite books is a book called, I think it's 50 Scientifically Proven Ways to Be Persuasive, to get people to say yes, basically. It's a great book if you're in sales. And one of the things that they teach is the way that we order things can really guide someone to make a choice. Sometimes, as salespeople, we maybe give too much information, or sometimes we present things in a way that can be confusing. And so, what they talk about in the book is really just the ABCs of sales. And so, choice A would be your highest value. So, in the case of like Teen Truth, that would be bringing like me in to speak. I'm one of the co-founders. I'm the CEO. I've kind of got the biggest background, and so therefore, I charge the most amount of money to come out and do a program or do a training, and that's kind of the highest value. And obviously, at Teen Truth, we want to book me in programs, and we want to bring me to schools or other conferences. But we also know that clients can't always afford that. So for me, I don't really always want to spend time out on the road if I can't get a speaker rate that has enough value for me to be away from my family, away from my home, and away from our company for a day or two. So we always want to position me as choice A. But choice B is kind of that middle value, and that's sometimes like your choice. That's what you're really hoping the client will book. For us at Teen Truth, that would be like our other speakers. If it's a high value conference or a high value school or working with a big partner, I'd prefer to put myself in there. But if it's a school that's just kind of coming in off the internet, or they're just part of our sales process, or maybe they saw me speak at a conference and they're interested in Teen Truth, we'd really like to put one of our other speakers in there. Why? Well, because our speakers are great, so we want to get them in front of as many people as we can. We want our speakers to make money, right? Like we have a team, so we want our speakers to get paid so they can support themselves and continue growing as a speaker and, continue to be part of our company. And we also, know that when they're out on the road speaking, I get to be in the office working, or maybe I get to be at that high value client or that high value conference, driving more leads and driving more business to our company. So it's really this team approach. And then, of course, in the book, they talk about choice C, which is kind of that low value choice. So that would be that low hanging fruit, that base level product. For us, it might be the cheapest program that we offer, or trying to kind of railroad them and say, hey, all right, if you've only got $2,000, we can make it happen for you, but it's got to be this speaker, it's got to be on this day, and you've got to help us pay for their flight or something like that. Or just kind of like saying, or even myself, it's like, JC can do it, but it's got to be this day, and it's got to be when he's already in town. Or maybe it's a school like where I live, so he already lives there. Could he come out on a Monday morning when we already know he's going to be in the office? So offering these choices this way, what the book says, and what I found in my work, as a sales professional, is that people will choose that middle value. The high price will kind of set the tone and scare them away in some cases. In other cases, they'll people want the high price, right? Like they're like, no, we want JC, we want the best you got or whatever. We want to bring in that higher value speaker. That's great. Let's sign them up. But many of them will look at that middle value speaker and say, this sounds good to me. I could afford that. It sounds like you guys do a great job. I've read your speaker's bio. I'll make that choice. So it benefits our company, it benefits the speaker, and it benefits our client. And so that's something I really want you to think about as you go through the sales process, is how can you kind of railroad people into your choice? As a company, we would like people to choose choice B time and time again. That helps us grow our company, it helps us extend our reach, and it helps us, pay our team. Where the other two choices don't always necessarily do that, right? Like me being out on the road, while I enjoy being out on the road, it doesn't necessarily grow our company, right? Like to be a company, we need other people to be paid. And then of course the low value option is, not the best option. We're kind of working for a lower rate. It's not something that's maybe going to change our company or really allow us to grow. It's going to basically just kind of cover our costs. So, those are my thoughts when you look at client psychology and the ABCs of sales. Alec Baldwin taught us in the 80s or 90s, whenever this film was, to always be closing. But maybe we can also think of the ABCs of sales as choice A, choice B, choice C, and really hoping that our clients go for choice B, which is your choice, the choice we want them to book. So hopefully you found this helpful, and for more information you can visit us at teentruth.net. I'm happy to connect with you, help you in any way that I can, and of course support your work if you're working in school culture or speaking with students, give you any guidance that we possibly can. You have a great day, and thanks so much for stopping by.